Right now, a man remains in critical condition and a person who shot him still on the loose. News Channel 5's Deja Knight is at Vanderbilt Medical Center. That man was taken into surgery. And do we have an update on his condition, Deja?
Well, not since a few hours ago when he went into surgery. We do know that he was in critical condition. However, his injuries were non-life-threatening. He was expected to survive, even though he did get shot 3 times last night around 10 o'clock. So definitely in some pain this morning, but he is going to pull through, according to those here at Vanderbilt Medical Center. Now, all this happened at the Burning Tree Apartments in Hermitage, like we said, around 10 last night. Police say this man was standing outside one of the buildings when a red Pontiac G6 with a silver stripe going down the side pulled up, and then the victim says the person inside pulled out a gun and shot him several times and then drove off. So now police are trying to figure out exactly who that person was. An ambulance came and picked up the victim, brought him here to Vanderbilt. Unfortunately, no witnesses saw the actual crime happen. So police are asking for your help to be on the lookout for that vehicle. Like we said, a red Pontiac G6, 4 doors with a silver stripe down the side. And police, they do say that they are still trying to find a motive for this. So like we said, just look out for that car. If you do see anything that looks suspicious last night at the Burning Tree Apartments, make sure to give police a call. We're live at Vanderbilt Medical Center. Deja Knight, News Channel 5 HD.
Deja, thank you very much. And a gunman is on the run this morning after shooting a car salesman and then stealing a car off the lot. It happened at the Jordan Auto Sales on Clarksville Pike around 11 yesterday morning. Police say the suspect arrived on a bicycle and started to talk to employee Dwayne Brazel about a car. After going into the office, the suspect shot Brazel in the stomach, stole a 2006 white Dodge Charger and sped away. Witnesses say they sensed the suspect was trouble, but everything happened quickly.
The guy wasn't violent, he was calm, cool, you know, but there is a bad gut feeling that this guy is going to do something.
Police are looking for the Dodge Charger, which has red Tennessee dealer tags. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 74-CRIME.
The woman accused of killing a Boy Scout in a deadly hit and run will not seek a deal with prosecutors. Tina Wilson, right there at the very center, middle of your screen there, entered a not guilty plea to vehicular homicide yesterday during that video arraignment in Rutherford County. Police say that Wilson was on drugs, prescription medication, when she hit and killed 13-year-old Clifton Brownwalder, who was changing a tire on his mother's car along I-24 back in April when he was hit and killed. Wilson's being held on a $250,000 bond right now.
And new this morning, a suspect in an armed robbery who's been on the run for more than a month now is finally behind bars this morning. News Channel 5's Cuthbert Langley at the CJC, the Criminal Justice Center, working on these details. And Cuthbert, police were finally able to nab this guy. How'd they do it?
Hey, good morning, Amy. Yeah, they actually grabbed him yesterday, more than a month and a half after the robbery happened, and he ran away then. Yesterday, police say they were patrolling the area around Tennessee State when they saw him allegedly holding a woman in a headlock. So obviously the police stopped and they asked the suspect, 26-year-old Aaron Berkeley, to freeze, but he ran away from the scene. Thankfully, though, police were able to catch up with him a short time later. And as they were running his name through the system, they found out that he actually had an outstanding warrant for that robbery that happened back on July 5th in a Kroger parking lot. Police are telling us that the victim was actually going to be lending Berkeley $20, but when Berkeley went to get that cash, things got more violent than they were anticipating. It turns out that 2 suspects came up to the car with a gun. Berkeley robbed the victim of $300 and then ran away from the scene. Now, police say the 2 knew each other, so that's how they were able to actually figure out that Berkeley was, in fact, the main suspect in this armed robbery. So this morning, he is in jail facing several charges, not only for that robbery there back in July, but also assault, running from police, and drug possession from yesterday's incident with authorities. They actually found some marijuana on him when they arrested him. So this morning, he's still in jail on a $120,000 bond. We're live at the Criminal Justice Center this morning. Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
Cuthbert, thank you. Also new this morning, a man wanted on sex crimes charges has made it to the TBI's most wanted list. Smyrna police have been looking for Edward Terry Terrace Jr. since he failed to show up in court last Friday. Terrace faces nearly 24 sex-related charges, including sexual exploitation of a minor, rape, and sexual battery. Terrace is from Laverne, about 5'8" and 200 pounds. Anyone who's seen Terrace has to call the 1-800-TBI-FIND number.
A mid-state pastor will not back down this morning, despite facing suspension for licensing more than a dozen female ministers. Pastor Frank Stevenson of St. Luke Primitive Baptist Church says he received this letter from national church leaders saying you must take back the licenses you issued in September or face your credentials as a pastor to be suspended. Stevenson says the women are extremely qualified to be ministers and instrumental to the growth of the church. In fact, he says he plans to appeal this decision during a national church convention that meets next month. About 400,000 Tennesseans remain uninsured despite this year's sweeping health care reform. Low-cost options are available for those still living without coverage. We talked with the president of Enroll America about their efforts to make sure everyone gets covered.
The greatest benefit they have is the peace of mind that comes with having health insurance. And we know that for millions of more Americans and hundreds of thousands of people here in Tennessee, they haven't found that peace of mind yet.
The next enrollment period for coverage begins November 15th. For more information, visit our news link section of newschannel5.com.